Hi. This is Srinivasan, a fine art photographer, a distance skater, and a small time freelance skater, coming to meet you guys with another video. Today's topic is all about the UK Ultraskate 2024 second edition, which happened last weekend. Okay. Today is 21st July, so last weekend was around 14th July or something. So that's when this event happened. I was supposed to make the video about the study on the race results of UK Ultraskate 2024. I felt like I didn't have enough information to talk about when I am talking about the race results to my audience, because like we have been talking about the Dutch Ultraskate race results, we have been talking about Asia Ultraskate race results, and now we are at UK Ultraskate race results of 2024. We should have some more extra information than what we didn't cover. So that's when I thought like I need to gather some information and then talk to you guys. So here I am with some little information, more than what you could expect or what you have already seen. Okay, so I'm not going to add some super new perspective to it, but I'm going to add something which I know. First of all, I'm making this video on my own. This is not coming anything official from the team of UK Ultraskate 2024. Okay. Secondly, I want to thank Mr. Pierre Edouard Duedal, and his family. I've been hearing, reading comments, and people have been very appreciative of what he has done with the Ultraskate UK Ultraskate 2024 second edition. And congratulations to him for organizing a successful event for the consecutively second year. Okay, and I got to thank and be grateful for the distance skating community who have been appreciating my work, and there was a considerable good response for my previous video, even though it is in a very long format. Okay, and I'm very grateful to the organizers of UK Ultraskate 2024. Without them, I wouldn't have something to talk about. Okay, so and I want to congratulate all the participants and all the winners of UK Ultraskate 2024 edition. Okay, second edition particularly. I earlier thought that UK Ultraskate is going to be a 6-hour race, but actually it is a full-fledged 24-hour race like a Miami Ultraskate event. Okay, so how can we split this video into, like, what kind of narrative I can bring in here? We have a website from UK Ultraskate designed by Mr. Pierre Edouard Duedal, and then you have data from social media, and then you have the race results from the raceresult.com, where they upload all the race results of Ultraskate events. Those are the official race results. On those were the live tracking race results, and then you have the data to compare from the personal upload of the long distance skaters into Strava account. Okay, so let's categorize that, and then finally I'll give my verdict or my thoughts about this. Okay, I'll try to be as fast as possible. Okay, and what you're looking here is the UK Ultraskate website. I will give a small moment for the QR code to generate, for you to scan this QR code and visit this website. It's pretty easy and simple text. ultraskate.co.uk, that is the website name. Okay, whatever that comes in the front, like probably HTTPS, whatever. Okay, so that is this. These days you can just right away enter ultraskate.co.uk on the browser and go visit. Okay, hope that time was enough for you to scan the QR code. So here is the website. I've done a previous video about a website tour of UK Ultraskate, taking permission from Pierre Edouard Duedal. That came out okay, and since then the website has been revamped and had gone through many changes. So this is how the new website looks like, and he has added some interesting things like the entire detail about what he is doing, who are his sponsors, what is his thought process, where are his participants are coming from, the map, Okay, registration page, taster sessions, get a stall, and he has the blog for the entire event, and campers, everything that is there. Go visit this website and get benefited from. He has even mentioned that they have been conducting this races, with the efforts and support of Skate Ideas and Skateboard Grand Britain GB. Okay, and he has given the list of his sponsors and everything. Please go check it. Okay, this website has gone through plenty of changes since when I checked the last time. Okay, there are many tabs, itinerary, rules, registrations, and results, and everything. Okay, so please go and check it. You can, if you want, how the old website was looking and everything, you can go check my video in my personal YouTube channel, which is Krishnan Srinivasan 830. That is my YouTube ID. Krishnan Srinivasan 830. That's my YouTube ID. Okay, so what's new from here? Let's cut to the chase. I went to the blog and I opened the very first article that I found. Okay, it was written by Mr. Pierre Edouard Duedal himself. Okay, and the average reading time for this article is 6 minutes. I think anybody can afford 6 minutes. And he starts the article saying that, wow, what a fantastic weekend. So that explains like how he has actually conducted this or organized this event, how the participants have felt about it, how the winners have felt about it, how the UK Ultraskate ground was energetic and vibrant, and how it is filled with wonderful people who have been inspiring a lot of long distance skaters from all over the world. Okay, so that is what this article is talking about. I wish you go and read the entire thing. Okay, he has even thanked his sponsors. He has even thanked about his the raffle draw that happened during the event, and he has been talking about the things that people have been gifted with. He has been thanking his family and everything, just to give you an overview about the article. Okay, please go check it. It's an interesting read. I read it myself. It's amazing. Okay, and what else you have? The photographs of the event. Please go check that. These photographs have quite a lot of information. Okay, if I just click that very first picture, allow it to load for a second. So what do we have here is, I always play this game, identifying the people from the picture. Okay, so we have the banner of Hamboards. Okay, and we have a banner of the scaffold, the company which provided scaffolding. My computer is too slow. It's running at 87 degrees Celsius. Forgive me. Okay, and we have the banner for people who provided the campers. Okay, and few other wonderful long distance skaters. Mr. Pierre himself. We have Enzo Rodhagen here. We have the one and only snakeboard rider, Mr. Mark Gonsballer, and you have Stefan Granzo, Paul McMahon. Okay, and you have many other lovely long distance skaters, SUP skate riders, stand-up paddling riders, stand-up paddling push pump riders, stand-up paddling plus riders, master riders who are over 50 years of age, like Enzo Rodhagen too. It's probably Lena Meringdal's father, mother, Lena herself, Yellow Bonnet, and many other participants. Adrian Ho. Okay, so forgive me if I had misnamed anyone. It's just the shortcoming of me, because I'm coming from a very, very far land. Okay, so it's little I can identify with these very small image over here. Okay, so these banners, scaffolding, I never knew you will need all these things, because in my understanding, if they have to lay something for that microchip they will use, for counting the laps of every rider who is attending here, they will usually have it on the ground, but probably since long distance skating and small wheels, they have put the scaffolding and all that, timers and clock. So if you want to know about them, this is the website, createcamperco.co.uk. Probably they provided some restrooms or changing rooms for the people who have attended, who are supporting the long distance skaters. And about The other one, the scaffolding, the St. Peter's Scaffolding Services, that is this website, okay, stpscaffolding.com. If you want, there is a QR code available for you. Okay, here is a QR code. And then for the Create Campo website, you have the QR code over here. You can also go ahead and visit. Probably this is only for a short burst of time that I'm showing you the QR code. Okay, you can pause the video and check it once again, by going back in the timeline. Okay, that is the St. Peter's Scaffolding's website's QR code. Okay, and when we visit the blog, okay, the next image, let's wait for that to load images. What we can understand is like the type of board they are using, the type of trucks they are using, the kind of wheels they have opted for, the mental state of people, and all that. What kind of watch they are wearing, GPS watch to track their activity, what kind of clothing they have opted for, something breathable. There are so much information from the event, from a third person, from a long far land kind of perspective. That's how I observe and learn. Okay, I'm telling you my perspective. So this is Lena's father, Miss Lena Meringdal, the owner of MK Longboards. Okay, so we have we are able to see his setup, the board, the deck, the wheels, the trucks. I think it's MK Space Trucks, the new trucks. She has hit a bullseye with that truck design. So, and these are available in public forum. Okay, so with that liberty fair use policy, I'll come back. Hold on a second. So where were we? We are talking about the image of Mr. Don Sandersky. He is the owner of Hamboards, and he is the he is the founder, and he actually, owns a PhD, and I had a wonderful opportunity to interview him. He's a wonderful person. If you want, please go and check those videos in my YouTube channel, which is Krishnan Srinivasan 830. That's my personal YouTube ID. Okay, so then we go to the next image. Okay, that file was fine. That was about a minute of recording. That's all right. So I'm just being very cautious right now. So we are looking at here this gentleman. I do not know who he is. Forgive me. It's only my shortcoming. Okay, this race track that we are looking here is the Betts Hanger racetrack, which was also the same racetrack for the very first UK Ultraskate. Okay, so was measured with Jones counter for the track's exact and accurate measurement of the distance. Okay, so they were using a bicycle for it. I do not know what this gentleman is doing here. Is he measuring, or is he part of it? I do not know, but we have a good image here. And you have the member of SUP Skate, Hamboards. He's paddling over here. Then we have another team member. The most important thing for you to note here is what they are having it on their leg. Okay, they have something on their right leg. It's called a microchip, which can count your laps for your Ultraskate race when you're riding in this particular track, which is in Betts Hanger, for 24 hours. Okay, that microchip that you're seeing on the screen is probably my laps. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not speculating this. I'm definitely not sure, but the color actually does match to what he is wearing. Okay, so this MyLabs chip is also red in color, and it is weared by this kind of strap, and you put the strap over your leg. Okay, like this gentleman of team SUP Skate is wearing. Okay, or he is from a different team. Let's understand the team name in short while. Okay, this chip cost you individually for 1 year subscription at $38.99, 2 years at $69.99, 5 years at $135.99. Okay, so you don't have to buy this from this website, their own website. What happens is, like, when you attend UK Ultraskate 2024 or any other Ultraskate, so far I have understood, if not for MyLabs chip, a different company's chip, what they do in the Ultraskate event is, like, they have a tie-up with these companies, and for the participant, they rent these chips during the event. Okay, if this is happening in UK, probably they might collect it in euros or GBP, Grand Britain pound, or in other words, quids or US dollars, whichever currency is comfortable for them, or take some or PayPal payment, whatever that is comfortable for them. Okay, it will be as small as 10 quids or 15 quids or 10 euros, 15 euros, and most of them would be refundable by end of the event when you return this microchip to them. Okay, so that's how they do it, and it will be provided for every single participant who is doing this race. May it be individual, may it be 50 plus years participant, youngsters, or people who are riding in team, they will get a MyLabs chip. Okay, so what difference it has with the people who are riding in team and who are riding individual, okay, is like the entire team will have only one chip being provided to them, while an individual will have, every individual participant will have one chip with them. Okay, because they are the only participant who are then, they are the only riders for the entire event. But with the team, like they will be provided with one chip for the entire team. If the team has 4 people, that is the maximum amount, I believe. So all the 4 people will be given with only one chip. So when they complete a few laps and they want to change a different member, they will exchange the chip to the other person and they'll ride. Okay, so that's how they do it. Okay, so please go and check these images. These images have tons of information in them. So though we have some speed skating people over here, these are lovely images. Out of fair use policy, see, look over there, they are wearing the MyLabs chip. Okay, if they are the team members, if you want to encourage them, you want to go along with them, you can accompany them and all that, especially when they need some help, you can do that as well. Okay, so go check these images. These things have tons of information about what clothing they have, what type of shoes they wear, what type of GPS recording devices they use for recording their rides, what kind of board setup they have, including wheels, trucks, and decks, helmets, many other things, their hydration backpack, and all that. These information can be understood from whatever they have been provided in the images. Okay, these are common images available in a common website. So that's why I'm accessing it from a far land. I'm understanding this way. I'm giving you the same information that in the way that I understand these things. Okay, so then there are many images. You can go through all of them. I don't want to go through all these things in this video itself. I'll let you have them scanned all by yourself. Okay, so that is this blog. Okay, and apart from this blog, they have a different page here. When you go to the last one called More, in the menu tabs, something called Media, and in this media also they have images for the entire event they have taken in UK Ultraskate 2024, and they have videos of UK Ultraskate 2024, and they have the other media images taken for the previous year as well. So there has been only 2 events, so they have all the media contents coming from the press, coming from the people and the participants and the supporters of the event, and coming from the entire team, organizing team as well. Okay, so you can go and check them. It's a wonderful website designed by Mr. Pierre, Edouard, Duedal. So when you hit the results tab, you will have the results presented in a JPEG image. It's not it's probably a PDF or JPEG image. Okay, it doesn't have other lab split kind of data inside. We'll go and check that in actual link later. Okay, so for in the top 10 we have Florian Mitchell 2, Mr. Mark Gansballer. Okay, Mark Gansballer is the person who rides snakeboard. Okay, he's the only snakeboarder in the entire world. And on the 9th we have Paul McMahon. First came Florian Mitchell, second came Andrew Robson, third came Fegang Lay. Okay, so congratulations to everyone. It's not like I'm mentioning very few names. It's only because like I know them via Facebook and social media. I follow them on Facebook, Instagram, and Strava. That's why I'm mentioning them. Others, please don't feel bad about it. It's only my shortcoming. Okay, from a far land, not being able to participate in all these events, I still able to connect with them through social media, through Facebook groups and all that. So thanks to social media for connecting people all around the world. So individual participants, total number is 30, and Then you have women's results. First came Lena Meringdal, owner of MK Longboards. Okay, so MK Longboards is called Melonenkacke, in other words. Okay, so she manufactures decks, trucks, grip tapes, stickers, and many things. And she has been a very successful young woman, and she has won the first position in this UK Ultraskate. Apart from that, we have something special. We'll talk about that in few minutes. Second came Sherry Wall with 124 laps, 260 kilometers. Forgive me, I'll just go and run through the distance done by Mr. Florian Mitchell. He did 205 laps and 431 kilometers. Andy Robson 200 laps, 420 kilometers. Fegang Lay 380 kilometers with 181 laps. Okay, with Paul and Mark's Gons Bowler 142 laps each, doing 298 kilometers. Okay, with women, Lena Meringdal at a first position, doing 203 laps and 426 kilometers. Then comes Sherry Wall, 124 laps, 260 kilometers. Viola Burnett, 123 laps, 258 kilometers. And fourth came Rusney Pesilight. Okay, she has done 77 laps and 162 kilometers. Okay, then we have team overall results. Okay, so with the team overall results, we have 5 teams participating in this UK Ultraskate. Team RAF, Team Army, Team SUP Skate UK, Team Berlin, Team Alexander Safa. Okay, so out of which you know the order that I read. So those are the order that team won the UK Ultraskate 2024 trophies. Okay, Team RAF came first with 200 laps and doing 420 kilometers. Team Army did 194 laps with 407 kilometers, coming second. Team SUP Skate UK did 156 laps, doing 328 kilometers. So congratulations to Team SUP Skate for coming third. And Team 4 and 5 we just read. You can see there kilometers and laps, number of laps. Okay, that's the overall team results. Okay, and what else we have here is next page, talking about the overall Masters Open category. Masters Open category means people with 50 plus years of age. Okay, so who we have here is Enzo Rodhagen, Keith Witten, Friedhelm Wuppermann, Mark Robson. Okay, so there is a small correction here. Okay, Enzo Rodhagen 2, that's how he goes by in social media pages, has done 111 laps and 233 kilometers. Okay, technically he is number second. How do I know? He posted it on social media saying I have won this second position trophy and all that. Okay, so Enzo Rodhagen came second. So who came first in this? It's Mr. El Marzo. He actually registered himself in a different category, hence he didn't show up here, but he was awarded number 1 position in the Masters Open category. He did about 258.72 kilometers in 17 hours, 5 minutes and 12 seconds. Okay, and he has the other data on Strava. But forgive me, it's my shortcoming. I didn't know his real name, so I couldn't be able to track down on the list of individual people that they have in the results page. Okay, so El Marzo came first. Number 2 came Enzo Rodhagen. Third was Keith Witten, doing 105 laps and 221 kilometers. Okay, number 4th and 5th are in the list over here. That is the only correction with this list, as I understand. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how the social media and Mr. Enzo Rodhagen told me. Okay, and then you have the divisions called SUP and SUP plus. Okay, and SUP means stand-up paddling. SUP plus means stand-up paddling and push and pump. Okay, you are allowed to paddle, you are allowed to push, you are allowed to pump. Okay, and SUP means stand-up paddling. SUP was done by probably Adrian Ho. I don't see him pushing. He was paddling all the time. Correct me if I was wrong. I have seen a couple of videos, okay, which I can't show you right now. Those are coming from personal Instagram pages. And Mr. Stefan Granzo was doing the SUP plus. I understand he was pushing, he was pumping, he was paddling, okay. And first came Stefan Granzo doing 193 laps with 405 kilometers. Second came Adrian Ho doing 156 laps with 328 kilometers. Okay, congratulations both of you. Okay, so then the last page is the individual scores and individual laps done by the people part of the team that was involved here. We don't have the fifth team here, but they have presented only 4: Team RAF, Army, Team SUP Skate UK, and Team Berlin. And you can check their performances and their number of laps over here. Okay, this is available on the ultraskate.co.uk website in the results column. And they also have other things here. They have seem to have conducted simple riders challenges. Okay, challenge 1 super sprint, challenge 2 super stomp, and then they have what SUP, stand-up paddling, and all that. Okay, so these are the results of those challenges and the riders over there. These things usually happen in Puja race. I think they have conducted something similar in UK Ultraskate as well. Okay, so they are the winners of such races and their age category, and all the details have been presented over here. You can check those things. Okay, all those participants and their performances, their fastest attempt, their speed, everything has been presented over here, and you can check them over here. Okay, these are just images of those results. It's not completely the actual data that you would find on my results page, my race results page. Okay, so those are results of 2023, which we don't want now right now. I didn't make a video about 2023 UK results. I was probably caught up in a different world of my own. Okay, forgive me. Okay, so we have seen most of the results from the results page of the UK Ultraskate website. What we need to do is we're going to check on few other little things before we exit the entire stuff that we have to learn from the UK Ultraskate co.uk website. Okay, or ultraskate.co.uk website. Okay, hope you had the all the QR codes to visit this. I have shown it probably. Okay, so what you need to do is go back and check on the blog. Okay, what is that one little information I want to share is Miss Lena Meringdal made a world record. Okay, she achieved 425.488 kilometers in the women's category. That is possible in 24 hours. The longest distance traveled by skateboard in 24 hours. Okay. Previous record was done by Miss Saskia Trump. Kudos to her. Her record was 422.1 kilometers. That was broken by Lena Meringdal in 2024 in UK Ultraskate grounds on July 14th. Okay, in UK Ultraskate 2024 event. Congratulations, Lena Meringdal. Very proud of you. Okay, so if you check the race results, whatever we were able to achieve from the PDF that is available to us, or the images available to us, not that one, probably this one. Yeah, Miss Lena Meringdal has done 203 laps, covering 426 kilometers. Okay, that's what the results from my race results page is showing up. So where do I find my race results page? Got to go to the Facebook page of UK Ultraskate. Wait for a few seconds, for the image or the page data to load. Okay, it's still accessing the Facebook. Okay, once it is loaded, you have to scroll down the post. Okay, let the post load. Okay, I did not load this before, forgive me. So when you're actually loading this page completely, okay, we have all the datas and all the posts that have been posted here. And when you keep scrolling them, you will be able to identify everything that is there in this. And once you scroll enough, you will reach this post where Mr. Pierre Edouard Duedal has shared race results from myraceresults.com. This is the results page where you were able to lively see the performance of each riders, okay, which is here. Okay, when you go to the same page and when you check on the women's open category, it also gives the same results, just as you see in the ultraskate.co.uk website, which is talking about 203 laps and 426 kilometers done by Lena Meringdal. Okay, they have actually saved up complete results as PDF and presented it to us. Okay, so this 426 kilometers is mentioned in my race results, which was tracked by the chip that they were wearing. But in the blog, as a world record, they have talked about 425.488 kilometers. There is a little difference in the half-kilometer difference in the total final distance tracking. And if you go and check on Skate IDSA website, where they have approved or kind of gone public with the announcement that Lena Meringdal has completed these many kilometers, they have said like she has done 425.5 kilometers according to Skate IDSA. Okay, that's the record holding kilometer, or that is the miles, 264.4 miles she has done. Okay, so what we can say about this, there is a calculation that people have been doing. Okay, and the organizers of the UK Ultraskate people, they announce the final results, and that is the final thing. Okay, even if you go to Lena Meringdal's Strava page, wait, I'll try to get over there. Let a few seconds be given to the Strava page to load her record. If you see, she has done 428 in the overall results. She has done 428.28 kilometers according to her tracking device, which she was wearing, Sunto Vertical. Probably that's the watch she was wearing, and it is giving 428.28 kilometers. So the final say is coming from the organizers of UK Ultraskate, and they'll tell you the distance, and that's what you have done. Okay, so there is no go beyond that. Okay, so when we see that it is 425.488 kilometers, when you divide that by the number of laps she has done, which is 203, it gives 2.096, or in rounded value 2.1 kilometers. So that is the kilometers Miss Lena Meringdal has done, in her 24 hours of UK Ultraskate race. I mean, for one lap. Okay, that is the number of distance, or the distance that she did for one lap, for covering 425.488 kilometers in 24 hours. Okay, so 2.1 or 2.096 kilometers, that's what we get. When you go to my race results, if you go and calculate that, 426 divided by 203, it's 2.098. So it's almost the same distance for the single lap. Okay, so why do we need this data of the single lap? I'll tell you now. Okay, when you go to the Facebook page of Pierre Edouard Duedal of the UK Ultraskates, and when you look at this, the track where this race was happening, which is the Betts Hangar Park. Okay, it had 2 sessions of bicycle track, which is proper tarmac track, running for 3 kilometers, or in other words, totally 2.1 miles according to Pierre Edouard Duedal. So it has 2 sessions, bottom loop 1.25 miles and other loop of 0.85 miles, okay, which is a small loop. So I think they have used the bigger loop, which is 1.25 miles, 1.25 miles. So that should be converted to 2.01 kilometers. So they have been using the bigger loop. Okay, so that is what we need to understand from here. Okay, and why that matters. Okay, if you go and check Melonenkacke or MK Longboards Instagram page, okay, this is a public profile of our company, which is Melonenkacke. So if you go and check one of our posts, okay, which is talking about the single lap video of the UK Ultraskate. When you go and check that video, which runs for about 1.5 minutes or so, she has explained everything that is there in that particular lap, as in like how the tarmac is, how does the tarmac has any crack, does the tarmac has a downhill or a uphill session, where there were winds coming from, whether it was headwinds or tailwind, crosswinds, where was the uphill, where was the downhill. All those data has been provided by her in this video. You can go and check that. I don't have permission to show you right now. Please go and check on Melonenkacke's Instagram page. I'll just give you the Instagram QR code ID over there. Okay, so by this way, as a person who is observing the UK Ultraskate, I can understand how this entire event is happening. Okay, I can learn about the track that is happening in UK Ultraskate, and I can manage myself thinking or learn myself understanding that, oh, okay, this is how the track is. If I'm going there, this is how I'm going to draft myself or position myself, and I'm going to skate in that drafting lane for the entire race. Okay, if I'm keep going to drift myself from inner circle to outer circle, it's going to add up more distance, and it's going to make me tired. Okay, adding up distance doesn't help. Number of laps and the final results set by the organizers only matters. So if you're going to add up distance, probably it's better for your device and the Strava, but not for the actual UK Ultraskate, right? So that's how you learn from it. Okay, and you can also go and read the winning post and her emotions and all that from that post as well. So I strongly recommend you to go and read the pinned post of Lena Meringdal. That post has her complete state of mind explained from the beginning of the race to at the midday and to the night and to the end of the race and everything. It's a wonderful write-up by her, and you can experience the way she has actually ridden the entire race by that write-up. So you can actually imagine what she went through. It's a wonderful writing. Please go and check that. Okay, so where were we? We are talking about single lap and how the track on the Betts Hangers Park for designed for UK Ultraskate, or the session of bicycling track on Betts Hanger Park UK has been used for UK Ultraskate 2024. Okay, so you will know the terrain, how the terrain's nature, typography, demography, whatever you want to call it. You can go and check it. Forgive me, I moved the mouse in a different direction. Okay, further, if you want to know about that typography and all that, you might want to check on Mr. Stefan Granzo's Strava page. Okay, so wait for that Strava page to load for, let's give few seconds. Okay, if you go and check on Stefan Granzo's Strava page, if that has some data splits over here, yeah, it has given some lap split data here. So if you go and check it, it talks about speed trap, then up, bottom circuit hill, then it talks about lower loop, and talks about downhill and speed trap. So it cycles over with the same sort of text that is happening. So which means that there is a speed trap, meaning like there is a speed ramp that is available at the start of the race, and then it goes to a uphill session, and then you have the bottom hill session somewhere in the turn of that lap, and then it goes to the lower loop, and then you have the downhill session which connects to the speed ramp of that particular lap. So that's how the entire lap is looking like. Okay, so transcending to the lap and lap information, we are transcending into the conditions that people were riding on the day of UK Ultraskate 2024. Okay, so when you are looking at that, temperature has been 20 degrees. Okay, so to get to the much more detailed information, when you watch Melonenkacke's video from her Instagram page for 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, you will understand like where the winds were coming from, what kind of day it was, what was the temperature. She actually would show her Sunto watch and show most of the things. Okay, please go and check. If not, go to the Strava page of Mr. Andy Tate. Okay, he has used one particular device on that day. Okay, if I go to overview, his device was Garmin Instinct 2. That device was able to capture all these informations. It says that day was cloudy. It was not that sunny. Okay, the temperature varied from 9 degrees to 14 degrees, as I understand. It is temperature is 14 degrees but feels like 9 degrees. That's what that device says. But combining the information of ChatGPT on that particular day of the event, let's wait for ChatGPT to load for a few seconds. And I asked ChatGPT what was the weather in Betts Hangar Park on July 14, 2024. It gave me a data like this. It said like temperature was between 20 degrees to 24 degrees or 68 Fahrenheit to 75 Fahrenheit with a humidity of 75%. Okay, so humidity data is very important over here. And from the riders themselves, we have learned that temperatures varied between 14 degrees to 20 degrees itself. I do not know what was the temperature in the night. Okay, so it should be around in the same region, 14 degrees to 24 degrees as per the ChatGPT data. Okay, so with the humidity of 75%, it's cloudy. It was not that sunny. It was partly windy according to Andy Tate data. Wind speed was around 17.7 kilometer per hour. It was coming in the direction west and north and west. Okay, west, north and west. Okay, so it's probably crosswinds and tailwinds. Not much of a headwinds, but according to Lena Meringdal's point of view, when she took the first right turn, that's when that video says that there are winds coming to the face or to the sides or something like that. Okay, and then it becomes a tailwind when that particular section is crossed. So we understand the information of weather, we understand the information of winds, we understand the information of how the light availability was, okay, on the daytime. In the night time, from the photographs that was available in the blog post, we understand that only the starting session of the entire thing was completely lit up. Okay, so if you check these images, the people were wearing headlights, okay, on their helmets. Okay, and only the starting point has been lit well, but most of the track remained dark, so people were wearing headlamps to light themselves or see the path where they are riding. Okay, so that's the understanding of what is the lighting situation in the night. And the temperature was almost the same as spoken about the ChatGPT thing. Okay, so that's the important data we have understood so far with the information that we can see only from the blog post, social media and Strava. Okay, so coming to the point that I have made in my previous video in Dutch Ultraskate. Okay, what we have seen here, oh my bad. Okay, so what we have seen here is what I'll do is like I'll open that so that I can get my pen and mark it for you, like what we have completely seen and what we have not seen. Okay, we have seen the racetrack. Okay, we have seen about the wind. Okay, shades and trees, I did not say that, but this Betts Hangar track, especially the portion of bicycle track where people were riding, did not have any shade at all. Okay, it was an open area. Okay, and support, most of the parents and their friends have come to support them during the rides for refilling the water, mixing electrolytes, providing them the proper meal when they need to eat, all those things. Okay, the lap distance we just saw what was distance of one particular lap, which is 2.1 kilometers or 2.096 kilometers. Okay, the speed and pacing, we'll be looking at it in short. Positioning, drafting, I do not know about that information because I couldn't be able to follow any people over there talking about positioning and drafting, but most of them were sticking to the inner circle of the bicycle track, which is the longer track. Okay, not the smaller loop but the bigger loop. Okay, heart rate and intensity, that we will discuss in a short while, checking on the Stravas based on the device that they were wearing on the day of the UK Ultraskate, coming from the Strava data, not from the UK Ultraskate's organizers data. We will discuss the lap splits from the organizers data. So what is left for us to discuss is the speed and pacing, heart rate intensity, and lap splits. Okay, coming to this side, travel and sleep. Most of the people have traveled from Europe only to UK, so which is within that region. So it's a long ride for them, and then taking a ferry or a small flight to the spot, to the nearby town or city, and then traveling to that bed's hanger place. Okay, it's mostly like that. I don't think people had much of the jet lag and all that. People were comfortable riding that. Okay, food and electrolytes, like what I understand from social media posts, people have been consuming potatoes, salted or unsalted, and people have been consuming electrolytes, or people have been stuffing potatoes with electrolyte tablets and consuming, and people have been consuming caffeine based electrolytes mostly, and mostly water. Okay, that's all they have been consuming. That also covers the part of the drink. Okay, board setup, I don't have any particular board setup mentioned here right now. All the information gathered from or from the images that were available in the blog post. Okay, also from the people who were posting that their UK Ultraskate activities on the social media and Strava. You can as well go and check that board setup for the people who you have been following. Mental state, it only depends on the rider. Okay, so most of them were comfortable when they were starting the ride, but during the course of ride, how they got broke down, I have that information only for Miss Lena Meringdal, because I happened to read her post. Okay, about the winning moment, how she arrived at the winning moment and all that, which we will talk about in a short while. Okay, and muzzle situation, only one person had fallen before the race, so and during the race, that was one more person, and that's all the data that I was able to gather from the social media Strava account. Okay, so both of the people have been comfortable riding the entire race for the 24-hour session. Okay, we learned about the weather, which was between 14 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius, and it was dry. There was no rains. Okay, humidity was 75%. 70% of humidity is really big, and if you go and check on Andy Tate's Strava page, okay, so humidity talks about 81% here, which is really high. Humidity is going to affect your performance if and only when there is a high temperature and you have a high humid situation. Okay, your sweat, it'll dry faster and you'll need more water. Okay, but when there is a high humidity and lower temperature, you have a possibility that you might sweat well, your body will cool down, and your sweat will dry in a comparatively a very decent fashion, so you have time to hydrate yourself with adequate water, not too much, not too less, but adequate. Okay, so that is the wind situation for us. Okay, I mean that is the humidity situation for us, and we know the temperature, so those things go together here. Okay, so I think we have seen most of the topics here. What is left out is like speed, heart rate data, and lap splits mostly. Okay, and we will cover the mental state of Lena Meringdal soon. Okay, that's all we have done. I think that's good. We have covered most of the things that is required to understand from far land, or from only the social media data that is available for us to understand the UK Ultraskate's performance by each long distance skaters, and apply that knowledge to us to improve our performance in the UK Ultraskate or anywhere else that we are going to perform next, or even in our regular activities that you do, or regular practice or training that you do with long distance skating as pumping or pushing. So let's cover the leftover points that we need to talk about. Okay, so about the Lena Meringdal's performance, if you read the write-up, you will understand. Just to give you a gist about that, she started off well, and she kind of rested a little bit on the way. I mean, as in, like, she was recovering when she is performing, but she was aiming for the world record all the time, and she was keeping up to the time. And when she reached the dusk or the night, that's when she kind of broke down a little bit. Like she wasn't sure about her performance or like her lap timings to keep up to the world record pace and all that. And when Paul McMahon joined with her in the later stage, he kind of helped her to get back to the pace and complete the race with the winning moment. Okay, that's how she has framed it, and she's thanking everyone who have been great support for all these things, and she has thanked her support team that came along with the Melonenkacke. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, and talking about the drafting and positioning, which I don't have, which I generally told you, like people were riding on the inner circle of the lap. Okay, whenever they are taking cuts and turns and corners, they always stick to the inner circle most of the time. And when they are doing the speed ramp, they were spread across to the left, to the mid of the road, and to the inner circle, outer circle, to the mid, and to the inner circle. Okay, and to the lap timings, lap distance, and the Strava data, you're going to go and check on that. So according to the our itinerary thing, wherein like to gather information, we covered the UK website. Okay, we have covered the social media thing. I think whatever I have covered so far, it's the only thing that I want to talk about the social media thing. What we are left with is like my race results data and Strava data, and the ones that you can compare with. I did show a little bit of data from Strava page because I have to gather, or I gathered those information from those pages. Okay, so what we are going to do now is try to hit the my race results. Okay, let's go back and let's go hit the my race results of UK Ultraskate 2024, and let's start with the winner, Florian Mitchell. Okay, so he has a lap split. The fastest one would be, like they would have mentioned here, his fastest lap was 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Congratulations, sir, on that. Okay, so he has done 205 laps and 431 kilometers. Okay, so you can see like lap splits are consistent, almost close to 6 minutes over here, and he has been consistent like this for 3 hours. Okay, from the third hour, he is going little bit over 6 minutes, and he has kept between 5:40 and 6 minutes, until 5 hours, and he has done that even crossing 5-7 hours, and he has been hitting little over 6 minutes and 20 seconds or 15 seconds at ninth hour and 10th hour. That is incredible. He has kept his consistency amazingly well. Okay, and looking at the lap split data, he has been very consistent even at the 13th hour. And only when he reached at 13th hour 55 minutes and 40 seconds, he took a 19-minute 30-second break by until 14 minutes and 15 seconds and 11 seconds. And after that break, he has been continuing his ride and keeping up his pace to 6 minutes. And then his ride came down, increasing to the time, which means like this is a positive split of the laps, as in like rider was performing well initially and then slows down later. Okay, by the end of the race, and he has been doing that, and he took another break at 18th hour for 20 minutes, and he continued to ride, and he kept the pace of 7 to 8 minutes. Okay, and he continued to ride in the same pace, and he ended his ride in 22 hours and 53 minutes and 9 seconds. So that is what we understand from his lap splits. It's mostly even, and he performed well until 14th hour, and after 14th hour his performance dropped from 6 minutes, close to 6 minutes, 10 seconds plus or minus, and it dropped to 7 minutes, and then it went to 8 minutes, and he had two breaks for 20 minutes, one with 19 minutes and 9.5 minutes, and the other one is 20 minutes. Okay, so that says a lot about the person, his athletic body, and how the stature. If you want to know like how he is built and all that, we have to go and check his Strava page, Florian Mitchell. Okay, this is all in fair use policy, and to understand how Florian Mitchell looks like. So that is his winning moment from Ultraskate. So that's his trophy for winning UK Ultraskate. Okay, even after stopping his ride 22 hours and 53 minutes, even like 1 hour and 10 minutes or 7 minutes was left in the time, his record was unbeaten. Okay, so that's his trophy. Okay, that's how he is built. So by understanding the board setup that they use, the shoes they use, how they have been performing in the lap splits, what kind of food they were eating, gathering from the social media information, and understanding his performance on Strava, unfortunately, which I couldn't gather because I'm making this video 1 week after the UK Ultraskate to understand enough information. I lost that UK Ultraskate page of Florian Mitchell. Okay, otherwise I would have shown you the data, compare data with Strava. I have a free account, so I couldn't go and retrieve it from his calendar. Forgive me, but he has done almost the same thing, and his device that he had, it has given almost the same data. Okay, probably few kilometers difference in the distance from what the MyRace results or the chip calculated and what his device calculated on Strava. Okay, so that is incredible performance from Florian Mitchell. Congratulations to him. Okay, so this is how you analyze the data of people. Okay, I know Paul McMahon, I know Mark Gansballer, I know Fegang Le recently through Asia Ultraskate, but we have not interacted. I might have appreciated in the comment sessions or appreciated his rides in the Strava, but we have not interacted in a way like he knows me, I know him, but he may not know me. Okay, so that's how you understand all the data that is available for you through myraceresults.com and compare it to Strava, understand stuff from social media, compare it to your data or the data that is available to you through Strava, either free account or professional subscription and all that, and compare it to your performance, to your regular practice session or training session, or to the session that you're going to perform in the future race, and apply that knowledge and improve yourself from what you were today and what you're going to be tomorrow. Okay, or what you were yesterday or what you want to be today. Okay, so that's how I understood, that's how I understand, and that's what I'm presenting it to you. Okay, Mr. Fegang Le is a wonderful person, as I understand, through social media. Okay, and he has done 181 laps and 380 kilometers. Okay, his fastest lap being 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Okay, Mr. Andrew Robson has done 200 laps and 420 kilometers. His fastest lap being 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Okay, so forgive me if I had read different names for the different data. It's only that I'm kind of confused by a lot of numbers over here. Okay, so when you hit Andrew Robson's data, okay, so you find lap splits here. Okay, so we have learned that in one of our video, either Asia Ultraskate, I believe, when you have a lap split between one lap and other lap, very consistent, it's called even. Okay, but when you see the performance of an athlete or a long distance skater performing fast in the initial stage, and then he gets slower during the race by the end of 24 hour, okay, it's called positive lap split. And if the long distance skater was slower in the initial part and gets faster in the last or ending 24-hour race, is called negative split. Okay, so we have learned all these things, and we have probably compared the data for most of the long distance skater through myraceresults.com, which says like most of the riders have been having even splits in the beginning, or the entire race has been a positive lap split. They were slower or having better performance in the initial stage, and they got slower by the end of the race. Okay, but when you come here and look at the end here they have mentioned like minus 5 lap, minus 24 lap, minus 37 lap, minus 40 lap, and all that. What is that? Beside the negative lap split, what is that minus 5 lap and minus 24 lap? Okay, so it is just that now Mr. Florian Mitchell has done 205 laps. The person who came next as a second of winning person of that race has done 5 laps lesser than Mr. Florian Mitchell. And the third came Mr. Feigang Lei. He has done minus 24 laps than Florian Mitchell. So by meaning, Florian Mitchell's performance, who came first, is set as a benchmark, and from that performance they are actually subtracting the number of laps that others are doing, and they are forming the calculations of their performance. Okay, so what do you call this minus 5, minus 24, everything? It's called lap down or laps behind. Okay, I didn't know this. I learned it through ChatGPT just for this video, because I couldn't be able to think in my previous video for all this data. There were too many things which I'm learning in those videos, and in this video as a new thing I learned this. It's called laps behind or laps down. Okay, first performer did so many laps in certain hour, and the second person who positioned or finished second did little less than the first person. You reduce the number of laps accordingly, and you count it. Okay, the person who was last, who finished last, has minus 139 lap compared to the first performer, Mr. Florian Mitchell. Okay, that's how you learn from the data. And you can go ahead and compare the data of Mark Gansballer's performance, how he has performed with snakeboard. He's the only snakeboard rider in the whole world. If you are interested in snakeboard, you can go and check his lap splits, mostly consistent between 6 and 7 minutes. For most of the rides, you can check like where he had the maximum number of break. At the third hour, he took 23 minutes break. Okay, and if you read the data, and at the 7th hour or exactly close to 7th hour, he took 18 minutes break, and at 7.5 hours he took 20 minutes break. And with all that breaks and consistent riding with 6 to 8 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes in the initial stages, and slowing down to 8 to 9 minutes in the later stages with furthermore breaks, you can understand the rider. He has taken like 2 hours in between one lap to other lap after 18th hour. So you can understand like how many laps he has covered. Mr. Mark Gansballer did 142 laps, doing 298 kilometers. So one lap's distance is 2.01 or 2.1 or 2.096 kilometers. So you can understand such data. You can check the performance of Paul McMahon. Okay, he decided that he is going to do only this much, and he has done it well. So his lap has been consistent 5 to 6 minutes. And then he kind of had positive splits, slowing down to 6 to 7 minutes. And, he has finished and helped Lena Meringdal achieve her result. Okay, so that's amazing. That's a very sportive attitude to support the fellow, long distance skater. To note, more importantly, if you look at the men's open category and the number of laps and what people have done, and if you go and compare to the lap performance of Miss Lena Meringdal, she has actually competed with the men, and she has come second. Actually, she did 203 laps. Okay, even in men's 50 plus category, nobody did 203 laps. Even in women's category, nobody did 203 laps. In UK Ultraskate 2024, forgive Miss Viola Bonnet, she was a little wounded. She had some disc slip or something with the back, so she couldn't perform well. But she's a very good performer. She's a world record holder in marathon. Okay, so Lena Meringdal has topped the women's category, masters category, and she has even topped most of the men over here. And she has done 203 laps, meaning in the overall open category, with men and women combined, she would be positioning herself in number 2 in UK Ultraskate. That's incredible performance for women to show up, show her strength in the world, and give, inspiration to every other long distance skating women all around the world. That's amazing actually. So hats off to you, Lena Meringdal, for this wonderful performance. So like this, you can go ahead and study the lap splits of Lena Meringdal as well. So if you go and check her performance, she has done 203 laps doing 426 kilometers. If you look at the lap splits, it's even 6 to 5 in the initial stages. Okay, and she has retained that for 5 hours. Then she has retained that for 10 hours. Only close to not 10 hours. She has retained that for 8 hours. And when she is hitting the ninth hour, she was slowing down to 8 minutes a little bit. Then she kind of revamped. Okay, and then she was trying to keep up to the same timing, and she has slowed down after the 10th hour to by 1 minute, and you know and she has retained that 1 minute consistency up until 16th hour and 20 minutes, and after 16th hour she has slowed down to 8 minutes, and she was brought back to the wonderful timing from 7 to 8 minutes by the help of her fellow mate Paul McMahon, and she came back to 7th minute, and she retained that. So mostly it's like positive split, but wherein the rider performed well in the initial stage and was slowing down later. That's how you can understand. Okay, so she did not take much bigger break. All her breaks were on the go actually. So that's how you plan your ride. Okay, she has been working a lot, and she has been very consistent in her practicing sessions as I observe, and she has done many 100 kilometer rides in these days, in between days, and she has been performing well in 6 hour races as well in UK. I mean Asia, she won that, and she participated in the Dutch, and she won that, and she came here to UK, and she has won and made a world record. That's amazing. If you go to men's masters and check on Mr. Enzo's ride, it has been consistent initially, and then he moved to 6th to 7th minute and 7 to 8 minutes and 8 to 9 minutes splits. It's not that bad, like 6, 7 and 8 minutes, and he has taken few breaks at few hours that you can observe. Okay, and for his age, like 50 plus, and he has incredibly done well, to my understanding. He took a longer break only at the 14th hour. So these data, when you compare it to Strava, I couldn't find his exact splits data, but when you can compare it to Strava, you can understand a lot more. Okay, so I don't know the name of other people in Strava. I couldn't find it. Okay, so when you come to SUP and SUP plus category, we can check on Adrian Ho. He has done close to 7 minutes or 6 minutes and plus or 10 seconds. Plus or minus 10 seconds. Okay, he has done 6:53 here, 7:10 over there. Mostly 6:50, 6.5 minutes, and then to 7 minutes, down to 8 minutes after 7th hour, and he revamped and continued again, retained 8 to 7 minutes here. This is incredible for his age and for what he is doing. I think he has done SUP or SUP plus only at after 19th hour. He has slowed down. He took a 28 minutes break, and then he tried to keep up to his timing and keep up. He kept well actually, from 8th to 9th minute, and then he slowed down after 21 hours to 13:12, and took a break after that for 1 hour, and did one lap in the 23rd hour. So this is amazing. This is for people who are interested in SUP and SUP plus. You can study Stefan Granzo's timing, 6 minutes mostly, and it goes to 7 minutes later. He had a 13-minute break after 13 hours and 55 minutes, and 55 minutes, no, little more than that, 13 hours and 35 minutes he took a break, and at 13 hours and 48 minutes he returned, with the lap of 13 minutes. So he took a break in between. So you could check all this data. He's been consistent pretty well, and he took another break at 15th hour, and he has been consistent to 6 to 7 minutes of lap timings. He took another break here at 17th hour. His breaks are very small actually, and he's been retaining his splits timing 6 to 7 minutes, and dropped to 9 sometime, and came back to what he was doing, 7 minutes lap splits. This is incredible, actually, very inspiring as well. Okay, he used to ride for Clydesdale category, I believe, but he has rocked the show, doing 405 kilometers, 193 laps. So is Adrian, 156 laps and 328 kilometers. Anything over 250 kilometers is incredible. Who have done more than 100 kilometers, you guys are awesome. Because I can't do that. I have done only marathon, so I have to try that. When I say that I can't do that, it's just that I'm limited by certain things, from where I come from and what do I have, what I can afford and all that. But it's more in the positive way, like saying that in the future I must prepare myself to do better things. Okay, so we saw Stefan Granzo's performance, right? More interesting thing was like his Strava page. Where did it go? Okay, so it had the splits as well, and you can check the speed for every lap that he has done. Okay, he's been consistent, and his average speed was around 18 kilometer per hour, and his maximum speed was 33.7 kilometer per hour. And he has the heart rate data here, 126 bpm to 163 bpm. That is amazing. And that is the heart rate for average, and that is the heart rate for maximum. And I do not know what was his minimum heart rate. Probably we can hit the analyze button, we will have the graph and we can check in that. So what was his minimum heart rate? It's 100. It only gives the average over here. Okay, so over here it's 112 as the minimum, and his peak was around 141. So which means from my recent videos, we have been understanding that targeted heart rates that we need to follow for different zones. If you are going for heart rate zones, I assume Stefan Granzo is around 35 to 38 years old, and I hope on the day of the event he had some 85 as his resting heart rate. When we calculate that, it gives the heart rate for every zones. This is the page that I made. Okay, let me come back and do that again for you. So this is the blog post that I created with various formulas. We have been seeing these things for my in my bicycling videos, which you will see in detail. Okay, this is the page. Okay, so if you go here and if you feed the age, I assume his age was 38, I'm assuming. Okay, and his resting heart rate is the heart rate which you take as soon as you wake up. Okay, and when you hit the calculate targeted heart rates, it gives you the lower limit and upper limit of heart rates for particular zone 1, 2, 3 and 4. So with this BPM being 1112 to 141, I understand like he has been hitting zone 1 and zone 2 consistently, or in different terms, he could be doing zone 3 also, hitting the zone 3 lower limit as well. So that is amazing, actually. So that's how you understand every person's data over here: speed, average heart rate zones if they are training by heart rate zones, and SpO2, SMO2, VO2 max and all that. Zone 2 is where you build your VO2 max and all that. And whatever things that you can apply to bicycling, you can apply to long distance skating as well, except for cadence and power meter and all that. But most of the things like heart rate and derivatives of heart rate, as in like you're calculating for zone 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5, and your speed, average speed, maximum speed, and the terrain, temperature, weather, wind, all that you apply for bicycling can also be applied to long distance skating. So that's how you compare the race results. So from my race result to Strava and learn more about Mr. Stefan Granzo's performance. I couldn't pull out performance of Velo Warnert as well. Forgive me. And when you're checking the analysis data of Mr. Fegang Lay in Strava, you can check his minimum average speed is 16.8 kilometers, maximum speed is 33.8 kilometers. Coming to the overview, 16.7 and 33.2 on the speed, average and maximum. His heart rate was varying between 120 to 188 BPM. That is incredible, don't you think? Hit the analysis page. Like Fegang is fairly young, actually. So he has been hitting zone 4, maximum zones, zone 5, by doing 188 beats per minute in the heart rate. That is incredible, actually. he has been performing well. If you go and check on men's open and hit Fagan Clay's performance, he has from the first lap to last lap, he has been consistent, and he has been doing it for 23 hours and 23 minutes and 50 seconds. That is incredible. He has been riding all day, and hitting the various heart rate, from average to 120 to 188, meaning like he has been doing from zone 1 to zone 5, all that in the varied ride. So higher BPM is coming from the initial stage. He has been fast initially. This is the example of negative split. He has been very fast in his initial stage. As time goes by, he has slowed down. Though the laps splits data, from Fagangle shows a different thing as a positive lap splits, but by heart rate, he's actually neutralized his endurance performance and come to a common ground and perform. Initially he was fast, and later he slowed down according to the heart rate. He was being consistent what he was doing, probably performing in zone 2 and zone 3 of his heart rate. So we have so many data available for free, even for free account from Strava, like temperature, weather as in like cloudy, temperature, sunny, wind, and humidity. You have speed, heart rate, and elevation, distance, and what can I say, man? This is overwhelming for me, actually. So this is how you compare the data for both the performance of the rider's own personal sensor and the devices that he was having on the day of the event, and from the results that the actual organizers provide. Okay, so we haven't covered only one thing, which is the team results of the individual performers. Team RAF, Mr. Barney, Mr. Polden, Tom Brown, Tom Sperling, Ian Savage, they have done 51, 50, 50, 50, 49 laps, covering about 107 kilometers, 105 kilometers, 105 and 103 kilometers. That is amazing. And they have been, if you check the lap splits, you will understand when they have exchanged their ride. So he has been riding for 3 laps. Okay, and if you check on the 5th lap, he has taken a break for 1 hour and 29 minutes, meaning he has given his control to the next rider. So probably he went for the ride for a few minutes, and if you check, like, he has returned after 1 hour and 29 minutes, and he has continued with this ride, and he has been exchanging his ride for every 1 hour 20 or every 1.5 hours. If you put it in proper way, you can check every 1.5 hours he has been changing his position with his next team member and riding it. As I told you before, the team members will be provided with only one chip, and they will have to exchange the chip as the time has progressed for entire 24 hours duration. So Mr. Barney has been exchanging that chip every 1.5 hours. He was taking turns every 1.5 hours initially, having a lap timing of 6 to 7 minutes consistently. Okay, and his performance was mostly positive or consistent, if not. Okay, so that's how they ride, and you can go ahead and check on my race results. If you want the exact page's link, I'll leave you this QR code. You can go ahead and check on the my race results page. Okay, you can scan this and visit the link. Otherwise, this link is available in Facebook page of UK Ultraskate. Okay, I think I have provided you the UK Ultraskate's QR code as well. Hope that time was helpful. So you can go ahead and scan this QR code so that you can visit this Facebook page and have access to many other data that is available through the page. Okay, so this is how you learn everything. Okay, so that's the team performances of individual performance from every team. Team RAF, Army, SUP Skate UK, Team Berlin. Mr. Don Sandansky has done very well himself. He didn't ride for the first hour, he took 1 hour to complete his first lap or something, and every 1.5 hours they have been exchanging themselves with the next team member, and his lap splits were around 7 minutes. Okay, So this is incredible. So you read the lap splits. So if you are planning to go for a Ultraskate event as a team, and you want to combine and ride your Ultraskate event by exchanging with every other member that you have in your team, you can follow the strategy by reading the lap splits of the teams that you have already who has participated in UK Ultraskate 2024, and apply the same strategy or same logic to your team, and achieve better numbers. Okay, or maybe you have performed well, but you can compare your results with other teams and perform better in the next race. These are amazing actually. To me it is a very much learning experience, because I haven't ridden in a team before. I don't know how they operate, but these data give me a lot of knowledge right now. And you can go ahead and then check Mr. Don Sanderski's page on Strava and learn more. Give it a couple of seconds for the page to load. Okay, I unfortunately I don't have his data, but you can go and check himself. He's available on Strava as well. Okay, so we have seen the entire results of people, like as in men's open, women's open, men's masters, SUP and SUP plus, teams overall, which we need to check right now. Overall performance is like Team RAF, Army, SUP Skate UK, Team Berlin, Alexander Suffer, which we saw before actually. It's the same results as in like 200 laps, 420 kilometers by Team RAF, 194 laps, 407 kilometers by Team Army, 156 laps and 328 kilometers by SUP Skate UK, and Team Berlin at 83 laps and 174 kilometers. Alexander Zova 49 laps and 103 kilometers. Probably he is the only person showed up in his team. So kudos to everybody who have done incredible. So that's how you learn the data and compare it with social media posts about their thoughts about the UK Ultraskate, and then you compare it to the actual device that they were wearing on the day of the UK Ultraskate event 2024, and perform well. In your in your future races. Okay, when I said perform well, you kind of learn, you try to form a collected information, you compare it to your data, either to your regular practice session, or your one of the race results which just arrived, and then you arrive at calculated data, as in like how they have done, how these people have done, how I have done, and then you understand all the performance data, and then you apply it in your next performance that you're going to perform. Next race that you're going to perform, or next practice session that you're going. Okay, or even for Duedal Longboard 2024, stage 4 and stage 5, which is marathon and 100-kilometer distance. You could use it. If not for this year, you can use it for next year. So this is amazing. I'm so astonished by what is happening here and what I could learn just from the internet. So what can I say? I'm overwhelmed. Okay, so coming from a far land, from where I live, and the kind of things that I want to do, and what I'm able to do in the practical situations, like I'm learning from every the best of the best, in the world, how they are performing in various races. I've been observing Asia Ultraskate, Dutch Ultraskate, Miami Ultraskate, and now the UK Ultraskate. These are incredible learnings. So when I'm going to go to these grounds, I would be very familiar with the track. Okay, how people have performed, how they have drafted themselves. Though I don't have much information, probably in the forthcoming days I could learn about it, and how the Dutch Ultraskate tracks are like, how Miami Ultraskate tracks are like, how people have performed. Every track, every topography, demography, and all those things, geography, shade, no shade, and all those things I can learn. How I have to be mentally prepared for that particular race, how well I have to be rested, what kind of food I have to carry, what kind of electrolytes I have to carry, how much water I would need, what type of shoes I would need, what type of gear I need to be prepared and taking into the Ultraskate events, or should I have two board setups, one to swap if just in case if I have any problems, mechanical problems and all that, all these learnings I can learn. Okay, so this is only to apply the knowledge and to be a better person than what I was yesterday. uh, what better person I can be tomorrow from today. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. Hope this video is helpful. Forgive me, it's a little bit of a longer video. This might not be that interesting for few people if you are not into athletes. Okay, if you are not athletic, or if you are not into long distance skating, but if you can grab something and apply this to your real life, if you consider what people have done in 24 hours of ultra skate. Take the example of Miss Lena Meringdal, who is the world record holder, and she has put all the description of her post clearly about her mental state at the beginning of the ride, what she has gone through at the day, midday, in the evening, and then to the night, and by the end of the 24-hour race. You can see that how enduring these people are. Every single long distance skater that you would see in the MySpace list, from men's open to masters, people who are 50 plus, how enduring, what kind of mental strength they would have. It's all about that actually. When you are broken by part, when you're withered right in front of you, you know that there is a person riding just 1 meter in front of you, and you may not have the energy to overtake that person, and you can't do anything about it because that's all your body can do. But next time when you've gone through that and you're mentally prepared, you'll be able to do that 1 meter distance even in that broken state. So that's what these things teach us. Endurance skating or any endurance sport, what it teaches is like to be stubborn, to be mentally prepared in any life situations that is going to break you down into pieces, to be prepared for the situations wherein like the other people, who's going to do some cheats and try to win you over in the real life situation, to stay strong and to win. That is what you're learning here. In To be righteous, not to cheat like other people who are actually can do anything to be successful in this life. Not to cheat. You can't cheat here in these results. You have to perform. If you want to do 500 laps, you have to do it. That's too much of a number. If you want to do 400 laps, you have to do it. No one else is come and going to do it. If you want to drink water, you have to drink water. No one is come and going to feed you, okay, unless you had a supporter. That's how this is. Absolutely, these knowledge, it's not only about sports. You can apply this to your real life situation. When you fall, you have to get up on your own and be there and try it again to win in life as well. That's how you do it in the sports. This actually, endurance sports is giving quite a lot of lessons for you to be a better person even in real life. Okay, that's how at least I see these sports. Okay, I've been through a lot. Okay, you will see that video in July 24th where I talk about 5 years of posting YouTube videos with literally not able to get any monetary funds from what I make. So that's what I wanted to say. I learned a lot. It's been a quite a learning, and I'm at this very moment, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody in my place where I live who let me make this video peacefully. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank everybody who have been supporting my effort constantly, and I've been very very grateful to distance skating community who have showered love on me all the time. Even though I had nothing with me, they have always showered love on me. So to the wonderful human beings, and hope Pierre, Edouard, Duedal, and the organizers of UK Ultraskate 2024 take my video in a good way of uh, spreading positivity about the sport. Hope Skate Ideas say take it in the same way. So thank you so much. I see this as an opportunity to learn and improve and be a better human being, or better athlete that I am today, or better long distance skating that I am today, and be a better person tomorrow. So I see this as a wonderful opportunity to talk about these races and talk about life and everything, and the wonderful people that I see through internet. So when you put good things at good use, you are being a better person, what you were yesterday and what you are today. Okay, thank you so much. Nandri, that's the way to thank people in my own language. Dhanyawad, that's the way to thank people in Hindi. And thank you so much. I'm very grateful. And I forgot. I won't let you go. This is peace symbol. When I raise my thumb, it becomes K. That's me, K Kicha, alien Kicha, signing off. Bye bye.